The Eurotunnel has been in operation for 17 years, and since its opening it has transported hundreds of millions of people and hundreds of millions of tons of cargo across the English Channel. However, with the increased number of inexpensive airlines, is the Eurotunnel still relevant? And did this connection bridge gaps between the French and the British, or did it create more tension? Economically, the Eurotunnel gets mixed reviews. Since the Eurotunnel was paid for completely with private investments, the public is fairly indifferent to the amount of money that was spent. That being said, the private investors were disappointed with the results that came from the construction due to the fact that the project was over budget and that the Eurotunnel Corporation did not see a positive net profit until 2007. The benefits economically can be seen in other ways, such as a 17% rise in tourist traffic in August and July 2010. On July 23, 2010, the Eurotunnel transported a record 9,382 cars in 24 hours, which is normally only 2,626. Hasina Daya, reporting on the industry, joins me. How are the shipping industries handling this increased use of the channel?
Thanks, Brent. In a statement made by P&O, a leading Chunnel ferry service, a few days ago, they estimate 40% of cross-channel traffic is made up from the Channel shuttle from Folkestone to Calais. While P&O accepts the speed and simplicity difference customers experience by taking the Channel over the ferry, they are still investing in future vessels for the next 25 years. The P&O claims 30% of Channel crosses and carries 8 million passengers last year, while Eurostar carried 9.5 million, which is only one of two carriers, combined with Eurotunnel passenger service, makes just under 18 million passengers in the last year. One of the main advantages to the Chunnel, however, is the amount and speed that freight can be brought back and forth from the UK. Not only has this tunnel increased the ease of product transport, but it has also been a factor in the trade of goods, seeing as many thousands of individual passengers use this service daily.
In your opinion, what is the correlation between the cost effectiveness of the channel and how useful it is?
If we look at individual passengers for a flight out of London to Paris on the same day as a Eurostar journey, the flight is indeed much cheaper. The flight costs £32, whereas the train costs £87. However, this price may vary depending on the luggage. With Eurostar, luggage is not an issue. There is also the factor of getting to the starting point of your destination, taking into consideration the cost of taxis, buses, or trains to get to either St. Pancras or London airports. To begin your journey, it seems that the Eurotunnel service is only beneficial for those that already live downtown London. Another aspect to consider is time. While the Eurotunnel passage from London to Paris takes 2 hours and 15 minutes, a flight takes 1 hour and 15 minutes, but we must remember that that hour would be killed either way through airport security. In terms of price, the further ahead you book with a cheap airline, the cheaper your flight. While the Eurostar, the price has not changed significantly closer to the booking date. Tomorrow, a flight from Heathrow to Charles de Gaulle is $182, or Luton to Charles de Gaulle is $65. Depending from where you start, the price of external travel to and from airports will add up.
Since its opening in 1994, there have been mixed reviews. A debate arose because the connection ended Britain's splendid isolation. The previous isolation was considered to be splendid because in Britain's history it was a strategic advantage. Not only was Britain hard to invade due to the English Channel separating the UK from Europe, but also Britain was close enough to interfere and influence the ongoings of European nations. The majority of this public angst came from a perception of lost national identity. Britain was torn between its ties with North America and becoming more a part of Europe. Although the fear of French invasion at this point would be irrational, the strategic fear would not come from the potential invasion itself, but the difficulty of stopping a connection once the invasion began. However, the younger generation has been more welcoming to this connection, and certainly the recent positive relationships between the two nations has aided in bridging the political and symbolic gap between the UK and France. Hasina Daya, comments on the past, present, and future of British and French connections?
Thank you. If we look at history, the French and British have been strong allies since 1853 during the Crimean Wars. Britain does not see France as a strategic threat in terms of invasion possibilities. Just last year, they actually signed a strategic agreement and have been working together positively. This is especially seen with their present joint efforts to reclaim peace with action against Gaddafi in Libya. It is clear the positive relations between France will continue for many years, but the cost effectiveness for passengers to take the Eurotunnel in comparison to faster means may not continue to increase Eurostar and Eurotunnel's revenue.
The cooperation between the UK and France in these past decades has paved the way for years to come and has set an example on the global stage. Economically, the Eurotunnel needs to make upgrades to keep up with the ever-increasing tourism industry and the ever-decreasing travel costs.
Thank you. This has been Hasina, Shain, Daya, and Brent Anderson reporting for Stratfor Dispatch. Brent Anderson and Hasina, Shain, Daya do not have their PhDs, nor do they have their masters. This was a joke.